Flashlight. Don't know why. Today's prop is a flashlight. Hawkeye Freefall, issue number 3. We are arguably getting the best Hawkeye run since Fraction. Well, there hasn't really been one since Fraction, has there? A good one. And this, I'm loving it. I am straight up loving what this book is doing. It feels so much like the Hawkeye that I love, that I've come to love, that I've come to respect. It is globetrotting across a bunch of different characters in the Marvel Universe that would make sense for Hawkeye to come across. And it's just a fun, lighthearted book that doesn't take itself so seriously and allows Clint to be the bumbling guy he should be. He should be the bumbling guy. There are 2 comic book characters in Marvel that should never catch a break. Okay, 3. First one, Spider-Man. Because if Spider-Man catches a break, then the character is done. Second one, Scott Lang. Scott Lang, Ant-Man, never catch a break. The third one, Clint Barton. Hawkeye, he should never catch a break. He should always be stumbling around, not getting stuff done. So a lot of this issue takes place in this idea that he's paying the hacker from the previous issue that was working for the Hood to work for him now and help him figure out how to take down the Hood. I like that angle. He's a young kid, his name's Bryce. I think he's not 18 yet. That's what they specify. And I think there's just a really fun angle of having Hawkeye with a young kid like that, because we've seen him with Kate Bishop, and I love that relationship. But this could be something else that's really fun, and their dynamic works really well together, because neither of them are fully grown up yet, so it's just fun to see 2 man-childs just mess up. We do get the reveal that Clint is actually Ronin, and he's doing this by the most complicated way possible. He is using a device that S.H.I.E.L.D. confiscated from Kang when he was traveling around, and it's a device that sends you 1 hour into the future. So Hawkeye, as Clint, has been using this to travel to fight himself in previous times. It's overly complicated, but it's working and it's pretty funny, I gotta say. It's a convoluted way to have that part of the story work. I thought it was gonna be something else, and it worked, so I liked it. And a lot of this too, we see the relationship with Linda Carter and Clint Barton kind of come at heads because she doesn't like that he's lying to him about certain things, that the kid's in their house, and scares her because she takes her top off, and he's like, oh man, you didn't tell me there's an underage kid here and I'm walking around with my, ladies parts out. And it's just funny, and you think there's gonna be a good resolution for their relationship, and you're like, okay, well, she's obviously gonna come to her senses and she's gonna, see Clint in a different way for this guy who's struggling here. And later on in the issue, we do see that she's like, maybe I overreacted. I didn't know what to expect with you, but I think I'm falling in love with you. And then we get, here's the best part of the issue. Before we get to the conclusion on Linda and Clint's relationship, here's the best part of the issue for me. Clint wants to prove he's not Ronin. How do you do that? Well, obviously, you get a life model decoy that Nick Fury made of yourself, and you make him look like a version of you. Robot Clint is now a character in here, so yes, that's exciting. We're doing the classic Hawk block where the classic Hawkeye head's blocking the PP. Beautiful, absolutely funny. I love seeing that. I mean, this is such a good book. It's just so funny and interesting, and when Linda comes home and she sees the Hawkeye penis, it's just great, and she starts to see that Bryce and Hawkeye are hiding in the closet as she's talking to Clint, and then now it's like, okay, she's done. She was starting to fall in love with Clint, but now she's done because he's just a complete and utter wreck and can't get his life together. I like it. What I'm really liking too is another thing, Clint can't catch a break. Everybody's starting to realize that he's Ronin. He runs into Black Widow Natasha, which I'm like, okay, cool. She's got a movie coming out, we're gonna put her in more stuff. She's got a bunch of solo titles coming out, that's cool. And she's like, I've seen the way he moves just like you. And Clint's like, so does Echo, so does Taskmaster, but she saw right through him. Everyone's gonna see through him now because Clint is not good at doing a lot of stuff. I feel like this arc is gonna come to a great close with him going head to head with the Hood, and I'm very excited to see where that goes because I just think the dynamic of the Hood versus Hawkeye is a very good story, and I'm liking where it's going. And this issue ends with Clint as Ronin, and he's trying to figure out a few things involving the Hood. He runs into Daredevil. Probably the one person who will be able to identify him without seeing him is Matt Murdock. So that is a very fun, just thing to throw in there. I love this issue. I think this issue is my favorite of the entire run so far because we got a lot of great stuff that I love for the comedic part. Linda and Clint's relationship is a very interesting one for me. I hope they explore it more and she doesn't actually leave him. I love the idea of an LMD Clint trying to figure life out, and if that's going to play into certain aspects of the character, maybe that's how he's going to team up as a Hawkeye and a Ronin. And I like this character Bryce that they've thrown into here to work with Clint. I think there's a very interesting dynamic between the two of them, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I love Hawkeye Freefall, and it's just one of those books that I hope lasts longer than a lot of comedy books do because it's so funny and it's so fun. And it's just one of those things that I could see over and over again and not be bored of. So I really like Hawkeye Freefall. Issue 3, the best issue yet. I hope everybody checks it out because it's great. Thank you for watching my review. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I don't know how an archer does things, so. Green Arrow Posse.